Join us at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino with the #1 gaming experience and entertainment. The Pahrump Nugget has the #1 dining experience at Stockman Steakhouse, Golden Harvest Cafe, and the Gold Miners Buffet. Come get your game on at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 775-751-0349.
Tonight on News 46, the FBI has released 2 Boston bombing suspect photos.
A child narrowly escapes injury after running out into the street.
And the Valley Cruisers get ready for a show and shine. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Glenn Evers and Monique Mitchell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Thursday, April 18, 2013. I'm Glenn Evers.
And I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46.
The FBI released photos and video of 2 men it called suspects in the deadly bombings at the Boston Marathon and has pleaded for the public to help in identifying them.
The 2 men were photographed walking together near the finish line of the marathon before the explosion that killed 3 people and wounded about 180 others. One of the 2 men was seen setting down a backpack at the site of the second explosion within minutes of the blast. The FBI cautioned that the men should be considered armed and extremely dangerous. No one should approach them. No one should attempt to apprehend them except for law enforcement. The announcement capped a day in which President Barack Obama brought a mixture of reassurance and defiance to an interfaith memorial service in the city's Cathedral of the Holy Cross. Whoever planted these bombs picked the wrong city to attack, he said. Every one of us stands with you, Obama told the crowd. Boston may be your hometown, but we claim it too. For millions of us, what happened on Monday is personal. For more information on the suspects, you can go to the website of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Well, officials say a massive explosion at a fertilizer plant in the small Texas town of West has left at least 5 to 15 people dead, and over 160 people are suffering variety degrees of injuries.
Fire officials fear that the casualties could get much higher. On Wednesday evening, a fire at the plant suddenly exploded with a huge deafening bang, throwing people to the ground blocks away. The blast, described as a massive and overwhelming explosion, has caused wide-scale evacuation in the community of 2,800 people. The blast took place at the West Fertilizer Plant, about 18 miles north of Waco, Texas. It sent a massive fireball into the sky, and the danger may not be over. What we're hearing is that one fertilizer tank is still intact at the plant, and there are evacuations in place to make sure that everyone gets away from the area safely in case of another explosion. The blast flattened much of the town and caused massive wide-scale damage to the area homes and businesses. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid announced today he is setting aside proposed gun legislation for now, following the defeat yesterday of major provisions sought by President Barack Obama and Democrats in the aftermath of the Newtown school massacre. On Wednesday, a compromise plan to expand background checks to buyers at gun shows and all internet sales failed to win Senate approval in a major political defeat for Obama and supporters of tougher gun laws. The compromise on expanded background checks failed on a vote of 54 to 46. It needed 60 votes to pass under an agreement reached by Senate leaders that applied to all the amendments.
A child luckily was uninjured in Comstock Park yesterday afternoon after allegedly running in front of a vehicle.
An auto versus pedestrian accident happened yesterday afternoon on the entrance to Comstock Park off Blagg Road. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue arrived on scene along with Nye County Sheriff's deputies to find one juvenile female who had apparently been sideswiped by a vehicle that was turning into Comstock Park. The juvenile female claimed no injuries. Her mother also arrived on scene to the accident. Firefighters did talk to the juvenile about running into the roadway. This all occurred around the time that the buses were unloading yesterday afternoon. The car just simply brushed against her, according to reports. The car did not sustain any damage in this accident as well. Nye County Sheriff's deputies are investigating. Law enforcement is urging school-age children as well as passerbys, when you see a bus stop area, please watch out for children. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Well, after the break, Mr. Movie Phone will give you your weekend movie rundown.
I'm Mr. Movie Phone. Tom Cruise is back in theaters this weekend. Find out if Oblivion can erase your memory of Rock of Ages with my weekend movie preview next.
News 46 is brought to you by Team Ford Lincoln, the #1 new volume Ford sales leader in Nevada for 5 years running. Team Ford Lincoln, US 95 and Ann Road. TeamFord.com.
Happy weekend, everybody. I'm Mr. Movie Phone with your weekend movie preview. This week at the movies, there are revelations in the place beyond the pines, and Tom Cruise is teetering on the edge of Oblivion.
I've been watching you, Jack. You're curious. What are you looking for in those books?
Cruise is one of the few humans left on a war-ravaged planet. His job's to protect the extraction of vital resources. But a series of events reveal he's been lied to about his mission, and he's in a battle to save what's left of Earth and humanity. Also starring is Morgan Freeman. The real deal? Look, I'm not entirely sure I understood what the heck was happening most of the time. What I do know is that it looks stunning, and Tom Cruise proves once again why he's one of the biggest movie stars in the world. I'm in! Stealing some green from the big blockbusters is the place beyond the pines.
Got a kid? You want to provide for that kid? You got to do that using your skill set. And your skill set? Shazam.
Ryan Gosling is a motorcycle stunt rider. When he finds out he has a son to support, he puts his skills to work as a bank robber, which will lead to consequences that will affect his family forever. The all-star cast includes Bradley Cooper, Eva Mendes, and Ray Liotta. The real deal? The cast is great, the story is powerful, and you'll be glad you visited the place beyond the pines. I'm in! Also in theaters, director Rob Zombie gives us the horror movie Lords of Salem, and Kristen Scott Thomas stars in the French film In the House. Less in the house and more in the house. All right, remember, for your showtimes, your tickets, my 6-second reviews, so much more, go to MoviePhone.com or tweet me right at 6-Second Reviews. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you at the movies.
That's a wrap!
The American Crown Circus was in town Tuesday night for Circo Osorio.
This year, as every year, we got a brand new performance. This year, our main attractions are the Flying Dragons. It's an act that you gotta see to experience. It's a fantastic act. It's the only act in the U.S. And as usual, the magic is brand new. We brought one amazing prop, a magic prop from London, England, from England's Got Talent. We brought that one over. It's called the X Factor. It's something that you're just gonna freak out. It's everybody to this hour, nobody can figure it out. It's an amazing trick. And we got, of course, the circus clowns. It's fun for the entire family.
A former Nevada lawmaker has been indicted on a felony firearms charge stemming from an arrest in January in North Las Vegas that began a spiral leading to his expulsion from the legislature. The possession of a firearm by prohibited person charge against Stephen Brooks alleges that he should not have had a gun because he was an unlawful marijuana user. A conviction could get Brooks up to 4 years in state prison. Brooks is currently jailed in California's San Bernardino County after pleading not guilty to resisting an officer, felony evading, and assault on a police animal, charges in March 28th chase, and arrest on Interstate 15.
Now here's Deanna O'Donnell with your news across Nevada.
In March, 15,441 initial unemployment claims were filed in Nevada compared to 16,356 in March of 2012. That's a 5.6% decrease over the year and the 37th month in the past 40 months that claims have been lower than the year before. However, this is only the third time since 2009 that the level of claims was below 16,000. Members of the Assembly Judiciary Committee heard SB 37 on Wednesday. Current law classifies scrap metal theft based on the monetary value of the stolen material with fines, possible prison time, and the option of community service. This bill mandates 100 hours of community service for first offenses, 200 hours for second offenses, and 300 hours for third and subsequent violations. Officials say the loss of metals often result in damage to the community, so the service hours go hand in hand with the crime. The Senate Finance Committee is questioning why the state keeps extending taxes that are set to expire instead of just making them permanent. The question was raised Monday as the panel considered SB 475, a bill authorizing a continuance of taxes that should have expired 2 years ago. Lawmakers in 2011 agreed to extend the sunset on those levies through June 30th of this year. The combined revenue totals more than $1 billion and is needed to meet the demands of state government. The bill also includes a proposal to give more businesses a break on payroll taxes, a move that will cost the general fund $25 million. Non-U.S. citizens who are in Nevada illegally would be able to get driving privilege cards under a new bill advancing in the state legislature. The Senate Transportation Committee approved SB 303. It allows immigrants to take a driving test and get a driving privilege card. Under the measure, the cards could not be used as an official identification to board commercial airlines or to enter a government building. But backers of the bill say it would allow those people to obtain car insurance and drive legally on state roadways. The bill now moves to the state Senate. Senate Bill 245 would allow existing exotic animal owners to keep their animals, but prohibit breeding and future ownership in Nevada. It would exempt members of the Association of Zoos and Aquariums and the Zoological Association of America. Performers with casino contracts for the past 2 years would also be exempt. In fact, Nevada is now one of only 6 states with only minimal laws on the books regulating the ownerships of these pets. Nevada lawmakers have endorsed 2 bills restricting access to firearms for mentally ill people when it is determined that they are a danger to themselves or others. The Senate Health and Human Services Committee has passed both bills. SB 221 mandates universal background checks for all gun transactions, with some exceptions. It also requires courts to transmit findings of mental defect to the National Instant Criminal Background Check System within 5 business days to ensure mentally ill people cannot purchase a gun immediately after a court ruling. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. That's your news across Nevada.
All right, folks, we'll keep it here because we'll have more news for you after these messages.